What's good, everybody? This your boy Blackout Jones from Just Shooting the Sports. I'm here today to talk about NIL, name, image, and likeness. I want to talk about how it all began and how did it become what it is today. But before I get into that, I would definitely love for y'all to subscribe, comment, share, like, follow, all those great things. And don't forget, hit that notification bell so you can get all the upcoming content that is coming out, and also get those notifications when the new content does drop. I definitely appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get to it. So as I was saying at the top of this episode, I definitely want to sit here and talk about name, image, and likeness, NIL. Definitely, how it got started. How did it become what it is today? My opinion is, I felt like NIL, or how can I put this? The person that led this charge, and I'll get to his name in a minute, I truly believe that what he was fighting for is not what is being fought for today in regards to NIL. Reason why I say that is because it's out of control. It's all over the place. You got a lot of people just transferring just because maybe the bag ain't just good enough here. So let me see if I can get a bigger bag, because I feel like I'm worth this much. There's some players that are not worth that much. Plain and simple. Nico, Iamaliava is one of them. You know what I mean? And honestly, I'm really kind of tired of talking about him, but I have to mention him because he is part of the NIL. He is a collegiate player. He's no longer an amateur. He's a professional. This is what it is because you're getting paid. And I just feel like when Ed O'Bannon, who, if y'all don't know who Ed O'Bannon was, he was a superstar. He was a player in college at UCLA, led his team to the 1995 national championship, and he was also the most outstanding player of that game, of the Final Four, period. And on July 2009, Ed O'Bannon, he basically filed a lawsuit against the NCAA and also the Collegiate Licensing Company, alleging violations of the Sherman Antitrust Act and of actions that deprived him of his right of publicity. Along with that, there were other players that came forward. One, the legendary Oscar Robertson, and also the legendary Bill Russell. They also jumped on this lawsuit as well. Reason why, what got it started was that y'all remember back in the day, EA Sports, they had the NCAA football games and the NCAA basketball games. Well, I think it was NCAA, which one was it? Was it NCAA 09? Yeah, NCAA basketball 09. They ended up using his name, image, and likeness. Well, actually not necessarily his name, but his image and likeness in that game because they had his number 31, bald head, skin tone, left-hand shooter, everything, you know what I mean? And he felt like, hey, how you going to sit here and use my name, image, and likeness, and I'm not getting compensated for it? So that's what led to the lawsuit filed against the NCAA. Well, of course, it took a lot of twists and turns, and eventually, I want to say around 2014, actually, yes, let me see. Yeah, the trial lasted from June 9th to June 27th, 2014, and the final written closing statements were submitted on July 10th. Well, they ended up winning the lawsuit, and at that point, the judge ordered the schools, or ordered that schools should be allowed to offer full cost of attendance scholarships to athletes, covering cost of living expenses that were not currently part of the NCAA scholarships. Wilkins also ruled that college be permitted to place as much as $5,000 into a trust for each athlete per year of eligibility. Well, of course, the NCAA tried to appeal it, and they were trying to, I guess they felt like that the judge did not properly consider the NCAA versus the Board of Regents of the University of Oklahoma, because in that case, the NCAA was denied control of college football television rights. But the Supreme Court denied the NCAA's appeal, and the NCAA was also ordered to pay the plaintiffs $42.2 million in fees and costs. Well, in the aftermath of all that, of course, our beloved NCAA basketball and our beloved NCAA football were no longer on the shelves. Reason why? Because EA Sports got out of that deal with the NCAA once this situation was over with. So that's the reason why we wasn't getting it. And that's the reason why once we got it here in 2024, as you can see, it just said EA Sports College Football, not EA Sports NCAA College Football. So that's how you know what I'm saying, you can tell the difference between back in the day and now. But with that being said, I truly felt like when Ed O'Bannon filed this lawsuit, I don't think the intentions were, hey, players get paid. If you don't feel like getting paid, or if you feel like, you know, your pay is not good, then go ahead and transfer to another school so you get a bigger bag compared to what you're getting. My belief was, hey, you commit to the school that you want to commit to. Why? Because you love that school. Why? Because you love the coaches. Why? Because you love the tradition. And then you get paid what you are worth. That's my opinion. That's how I felt like the NIL was supposed to be used for. Not for, hey, I'm in the middle of a contract. Hey, let's renegotiate because I feel like, my worth is better than what it is. I'm making $2.4 million, but now let me make $4 million. And even though it didn't show that on the field because you count other players' pockets. You know what I mean? Like you have that situation. Now you can sit here and talk about, well, you know, the coaches, they get paid and they leave and this, that, and the third. Yeah, okay, well, all right, that's cool, but that ain't what this is about. This video here is not about that. It's about what I felt like the NIL was supposed to be, what the intentions were truly for. Yes, to play at the college of your choice. Yes, to get paid while doing it. Yes, being able to get endorsements from small businesses or other brands, being able to sell your merchandise that you've created for yourself without no issues. That's what I felt like that was intended for. But somewhere it got misconstrued and all of a sudden, boom, we need to pay you millions. You know what I mean? Instead of hundreds and thousands, we need to pay you millions. Or, like I said, you got a lot of kids out here, man, that are walking in coaches' offices saying, hey, if I don't get this amount of money, well, then I'm going to go ahead and enter the portal. You're either going to let them enter the portal or you're going to cave into their demands. Now, there have been cases like Nick Saban, and I don't know who the player was, but I'm pretty sure I knew who it was, but I'm not going to say the names because I don't really know the situation. But I did hear that there was a player that walked in his office, and this was from Nick Saban himself. He didn't name the player and was like, hey, I need this or I'm going to transfer. And Nick was like, bye. Same way with Nico. Hey, I need this. But it wasn't a situation of I need this and I'm going to go. It was more of a, I need this. Let's talk about it. And then it was like, oh, I'm just not going to show up at practice. I'm just not going to let nobody know. I'm not going to let anyone know. I'm not going to, matter of fact, I'm not even going to respond to you when you're trying to hit me up to see where I'm at. So, accordingly, you had to get booted off the team. Because at the end of the day, even as a grown-up and when you get older, man, don't leave something if you ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? Don't leave plan A if your plan B ain't right there for you for the taking. Don't do that. You play it according to the way you need to play it. Play your hand the right way. Don't be a Nico out here and play your hand the wrong way. You didn't get negotiations done in December. Okay, well, let's see if we can put Tennessee's back against the wall come April, right around the spring game, and let's do it again because, hey, they're not going to have no choice because they don't have nothing that's behind us. So they're going to make that deal. That's what they assumed, and it didn't work out for you. So it is what it is. But at the same time, you count other players' pockets that have actually done something on the field. That's where you went wrong. But anyway, that's nor here nor there anymore. Sick of talking about dude. But NIL, like I said before, I felt like it was supposed to be for players that actually loved, that went to the college that they loved, and then they got paid for their services. Not, hey, I'm going to go here. Oh, I'm not getting what I'm worth. I'm going to transfer. Oh, this ain't working out. I'm going to transfer, but I'm going to still get money, you know, stuff like that. I feel like this. If you transfer, I feel like your value should go down. I don't think it should go up unless you are that dude. Unless you have proven something on the field, then yes. You know, you feel like you need to go somewhere else and get that bag, then that's what you're going to do. But if you're not all that and you want to transfer, then you should get less to the next place that you go. But that's nor here nor there. I'm not on the committee. I'm not part of that. and whatever committee that is, because there's really no rules. It's Wild Wild West. But I truly believe Ed O'Bannon didn't imagine this happening in NIL. I truly believe that. But it is what it is. You know, we're in that society now where I think there's a lot of players as well that, you know, they just can't deal with being on the bench. And I get it. There's some players out there that deserve playing time. I get that. But then there's some players that just transfer just to be transferring. Look at Jay Rashada. Jay Rashada had a deal at Florida, which Florida couldn't even uphold. And then that didn't work out. Where did he go? Arizona State. That didn't work out. Then where did he go? Georgia. That didn't work out. Now what? You're in the transfer portal again, looking for your fourth team. That's another thing NIL will do. You'll end up being a journeyman before actually becoming a journeyman in the NFL. We usually think journeyman started in the pros. Hell, journeyman is starting in the college now. You are a journeyman before being a journeyman in the league. That's wild that you have a journeyman tag on you as we speak. This is what the college game has come to. You become a journeyman in college. That's crazy work. But you know what? You should have known something when Nico was transferring in high school back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, that was weird too. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts and my opinions on what I felt like the NIL should have been, and not what it is now. I don't know if I made sense of it or not. I would definitely appreciate y'all commenting. What are y'all thoughts about it? How do y'all feel about it? You know, please let me know. Hey, let's have some dialogue on this because it's definitely getting out of hand. There definitely need to be some rules and regulations. You know, oh, somebody alarm going off. They got a quinceañera. Is that what they call it? A Latino birthday? I think that's what's happening right now. But yeah, if y'all hear that in the background, ain't nobody breaking in cars, man. Somebody must have sat on their alarm. they butt alarmed it. But anyway, this your boy Blackout Jones talking about NIL. If you got any thoughts, please drop them. I really appreciate it. Once again, appreciate y'all for subscribing. Appreciate y'all for watching and listening. And hey, as I always say, man, let's get it.